Banners for media assets. Good morning, everybody.
We hear y'all. We see you.
There we go.
How's everybody doing? Alex, please come straighten up the cameras.
Morning, everybody. We've been filming all the way up till this minute, just about out there. I feel like it's been busy.
And Alex, we're flashing no card on there for some reason. Is it plugged in or?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
That's weird that it's showing everything.
We are
Wild this
having
morning.
fun today, guys.
Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome to the Trade Talks Live. We're having a few technical difficulties this morning. Welcome to a live stream. This is kind of how it goes. A whole bunch of chaos and confusion. And we don't know what all we got.
Yeah, it's
acting funky this morning for some reason.
doing new different things today. How's everybody doing? Welcome to the Trade Talks Live. I'm Roger Wakefield, and
It's still having issues. It's okay.
Alex, please come back. Welcome to Monday. How are y'all doing? If you've been here before, welcome back. You understand sometimes we have train wrecks. Please center that camera on the two of us. Thank you. If you have not been here before, man, welcome to the show. Normally, this is not a Monday.
Normally, it's not.
Yeah, normally we come in, we got stuff going, but we literally stayed in the studio shooting a video today. And man, it's going to be a good one. That's all I can tell you.
That's it.
It's going to get your attention. It's going to do some cool stuff. So what we're doing is we're running a little bit behind. We come in here and threw it all together real quick. We are live on TikTok. Good to see y'all in here. And, you know, like I said, if you've been here before, great. We're glad you're back. If you're new here, well, welcome to the show. Happy Monday to you. Hope you had an amazing weekend. We do this every day because what we're trying to do is help you understand that there's new tools, materials, equipment, technology. There's new everything out there every day in the world. And we just want to keep bringing it to you. And we think that if you are studying your niche, your profession, your trade, your industry each and every day, in about a year, you can move up to be in the top 5% of your industry. And it's not that you know everything about everything. So there's less out there you don't know anything about. So what I'm going to tell you is enjoy the ride. I've been plumbing since 1980. I know that's a long time to a lot of y'all. Before a lot of y'all were even born.
Yep, me.
And as you see, I got a newbie here with me today.
Hey, everybody. I'm Henry Wakefield.
There you go.
Also known as Squirt, as you see on the screen. This is my first show. So glad to be here.
Welcome to the jungle.
Oh, wait, I've been here all year. That's right.
I know.
Love to be here, guys. I was a 20-year pipe fitter by trade. Loved being a pipe fitter. My whole family's plumbers, though. You know, now I get to run the coolest leak detection company in Texas, for sure, in the country, in the world. Man. I don't know, you know. I like to build the equipment to put in all you plumbers' hands. We would like to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. If you don't do leak detection yet and you're subbing it out and tired of losing those jobs, check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. That's all you got to type in. Check out the complete kit. It comes with both pieces of equipment that you need. It's like a business in a box. Covers you for outdoor leaks, pinpointing leaks under slabs even. Check out the complete kit. But if you're not familiar with how to do the process, give me a call. Let's discuss a 2-day training that I offer here just outside of Dallas, Texas. Come spend a Monday and Tuesday with me. Learn the full procedure and everything that you need to be able to go in and start doing leak detections in homes. Keep it in-house. Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd love to discuss the equipment or the training with you and how we can add this to your list of services.
And if you'd like to learn to do what we do, we started doing YouTube 7 years ago. YouTube literally blew up our plumbing company, helped us grow, helped me grow on social media. And then we had to make a decision. Do we keep doing plumbing or do we do more social media? Well, I chose social media. We sold the plumbing company. But if you think that Leak Pro or Leak Pro, if you think YouTube won't work for you, man, I got a surprise for you. It really will. If you've got a business, here in the near future, YouTube is going to be more valuable to your company than your website because that's what people are searching for. So if you want to learn more about it and understand that you don't need a lot of fancy equipment, you don't need a lot of followers, you don't need a lot of views, you can slowly grow and do great things. If this is something you're interested in, go to justmattroger.com. Go check it out. I really think you'll be surprised. It's a great way to just build relationships and connect with your community. So if it's something you're interested in, like I said, go to justmattroger.com. And we're going to jump into the national news now. Let's kick things off with the big story up north. But it's also happening down here. Historic rainfall across the Northeast is hammering construction timelines. Cities like New York, Boston, and Philly have seen flooding that's halted everything from road work to high-rise buildings. One big project in Connecticut, or one bridge project in Connecticut, $20 million job has been delayed indefinitely. Now, a delay like that doesn't just cost time. It racks up penalties, labor rescheduling, equipment rental overages, and it throws off everything downstream. Some contractors are leaning on insurance claims and weather clauses, but others are getting creative. Using modular construction indoors while sites dry out, or adjusting the schedule to double up on dry days. Bottom line is, if you're bidding jobs in weather-sensitive regions, now's the time to revisit your contracts and any plan B strategies. And I'm one of these guys, look, I don't believe in a plan B, but you've got to be able to shift and pivot on the fly.
That's it. I was going to say, we may not make the plan B, but we can quickly create one when it's needed. It's like, oh, hold on. Oh, shift, pivot, guys. Here's what we're doing now. Everybody jump on, get on board. And like, that's a big thing. Like, we saw the flooding here just a couple weeks ago. Now it's headed up into the Northeast, and it's flooding there pretty good. It was last Thursday, I think it was. And actually looking at some of the jobs was pretty wild at just all the devastation that it actually causes, and we think job site delays because that's what we talk here on the Trade Talks, but also it's about the people and, losing families and homes and things like that it can be a struggle sometimes. So really like to think about this and look at it as the big picture and do everything that we can to help
anybody and everybody.
Fix it. And that's it. Like, try to avoid it in the future the best we can.
Matt McDonough says, Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing and Square, what's up, brothers? Heading to Phoenix?
Oh,
Love
yeah.
what you guys do. Go Leak Pro. Gen X Plumber says, good morning, fellas. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Well, I got to tell you, I had a great weekend. I actually cooked this weekend. Cooked some fajitas, cooked some sausage. I even fired up the grill yesterday and cooked some cowboy burgers. Now, I'm telling you, I cooked. It was for Randy's birthday. Had the grandkids over, had Randy over. We ate pretty good.
We did.
Ate pretty good.
We did. I did a bunch of yard work, a bunch of swimming, a bunch of eating, a bunch of walking. I put in some time out here this weekend. It's been pretty good, though.
That's
Looks
good.
That's the best part.
It does. It's what it's all
That's the
about.
best part.
All right, so let's talk about the bottom line. Let's talk money. Specifically, should you be renting or owning your equipment right now? And where this is important is, well, you got to figure out what's going to be best for you, because it's not the same for everybody. And I get that. See if I can see it here.
Hey, I think you.
Okay, got it. But we're talking money. Specifically, should you be renting or owning your equipment right now? A lot of folks are facing tighter capital and rising interest rates, so renting feels safer. Let's talk about an excavator. Say you're looking at $4,500 a month to rent versus $150,000 to purchase. If you're buying it outright, That's what the price tag is. And that's before you even talk maintenance, storage, transportation, anything at all like that. But long term, ownership starts to make sense around the 2-year mark. If you're using that piece daily, the trick is calculating your break-even point and factoring in tax deductions, downtime, and future workloads. We've seen a few plumbing companies shift to rental only for backup gear, meaning if their main piece of equipment goes down, they can get a rental out there, put theirs in the shop, and then get it back. They're saving on insurance and they're freeing up space. And it's a smart move if your workflow fluctuates. And if it fluctuates a lot, if you're like, look, we don't use this every day, you may not want to buy it. But if it fluctuates or you're scaling up and down seasonally, there's another reason to say, look, we don't use it every day, 250 days a year.
Well, that's it. Because like we said, 2 years, if you're using it daily, well, if you're only using it one season, you need to have it for 8 years before it actually makes sense, at least. And then it's like, man, I'd just rather rent it at that point, because the upkeep over 8-year duration of time is going to start leading to some issues too. So it's going to cost extra. I would much rather go with a rental in a situation like that.
Absolutely.
Plus, my favorite, if you don't have it, you don't have to have a space for it. Oh my gosh.
Storage is a big
Storage
problem.
is huge. If you don't have a lot of land and places to be able to actually store your bigger pieces of equipment, you don't want to have to hang on to it for 6 months while it's not getting used. And oh yeah, it's just sitting up there at the shop, just waiting for somebody to need it.
We've got one.
You know, like, yeah, and that's not what you want to do with your equipment. You want it to be running and getting used. If it's something that you've actually purchased and bought, rentals are definitely worth thinking about.
And if you look at it, you know, if you've got that thing sitting there 2 or 3 months and you're making that $4,500 a month payment,
Yep,
it adds up.
that's it.
I mean, they're 14 grand.
Quick.
And it's like, okay, wait a minute. That's 14 grand that we just tossed out the window. Where if it was a rental, you're like, hey, we don't need it. Have them pick it up, send it back. Let's roll into safety. OSHA's been busy and not in a good way. Recent inspections have found 5 major violations showing up again and again on job sites. And I can already tell you what the top ones are.
Yeah.
They're going to fall into the category. Slips, trips, and falls.
Yeah.
All right. So we're talking about, of course, fall protection, failures, bad scaffolding setups, lack of respiratory protection, and then poor HAZCOM. If your hazardous communication is not up and current, guess who's in trouble? And then there's another one.
Don't forget about that sloppy electrical wiring. Man, we know y'all don't use a broom, but like at least keep your wires
your
straight.
job neat.
Like, come on.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. There was a roofing company that just got slapped with an $80,000 fine. And that's not a slap on the wrist anymore, guys. Okay. That's a business ender for some of the smaller guys. 80 grand, that's a big hit. A fine that you got to pay out of pocket.
Oh, that hurts.
That hurts bad. But here's the deal. This is fixable. Okay. 15-minute toolbox talks. A monthly safety walk. Actually walk some of these jobs and walk them with the guys. Walk them with the lead on that site so that you can point out the things so that they can actually learn from it to teach it in the future. Also, stay up to date with any of the OSHA changes, okay? You've got to keep plugged in to what OSHA has going out on and what they're feeding out, because it affects every single one of us on a job.
And a lot of people don't even, and I hate to say this, I've worked at companies that didn't have the morning huddles.
Yep.
You know, we used to do a 15-minute toolbox talks every morning. And literally, it didn't always go 15 minutes. But you get your guys there. You get everybody in the right mindset. Hey, where's everybody working? Who's working safe? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? And just make sure everybody understands what's going on. Is there anything you need in your area? Because the last thing I want to see is after we have our toolbox talk, you head out to your areas and then somebody's walking back down to the laydown yard to get something. It's like, wait, you just left here. You went up there. Now you're walking right back down here. If you're not thinking ahead, I don't want you on my job. And I'm brutally honest about it.
That's it. And starting to put a lot of these things into place, actually talking to your guys, things like that, it's going to keep you from being the next headline on the newspaper. Oh, company blows up house because they plugged the TNP valve or something stupid.
And that's not going to be on the newspaper.
Like,
that's going to be on the 5 o'clock news showing a picture of your van.
Your
exactly
van
what it's
sitting
gonna
there
be,
with this house blown out. Like, bad publicity is what that is. But guys, keep up with the different safety things that are coming out. Make sure that you're staying on top of it. Don't get fined. Okay. Jump through all the hoops that they create for us. It's the easiest way just to keep moving forward smoothly without ended up losing the business because of something stupid. And we don't want that.
All right. Tracy Mueller, how are you doing? Says Fresh Start Outdoors.
Always great.
Yes. Matt McDonough says, oh, shit. Oh, no. Throw a broom at them. Don't do that. Tracy Mueller says, David True. Heather Creech. We're tagging people. I love that. So here's the cool thing. We're going to roll over into new construction now because, look, Randy and we talked about this the other day. The reason that I think I'm okay doing this, I started out, number one, in 1980. So I've been doing this 45 years. That's back before you were born. A little bit. But here's the thing, guys. I have done residential. I've done commercial. I've done industrial. I've done new construction. I've done service. And I don't mean just doing it for like a day or two. I mean, I did that for years under each category. I've been non-union, union, non-union again. So there's so many different things that I've done that I'm like, look, I can talk about all of it. In Texas, I've got a master med gas license. I've got the WSPS, the Water Supply Protection Specialist. I have the Residential Multi-Purpose Fire Protection System Specialist. It's crazy, but I wanted to learn more about it. It's not so I know everything. It's so there's less out there I don't know about. But in new construction, medical construction is booming right now. And if you're in the trades, if you have a med gas plumbing license, it's definitely worth paying attention to. These are not your average commercial builds. You've got special considerations for airflow, sterilization, clean zones, medical equipment. Your HVAC, plumbing, and electrical all have to play by new rules. That $300 million medical center that they just built in Dallas, and we worked on that. That job took tradespeople who were certified in infection control protocols. It's a different game. So if your team, and I loved it because I got to start out as quality control out there.
Yep.
And you went in and worked on the mechanical rooms.
I was just fitter, baby.
Man, they were
love
big
and
ones.
life.
Yeah.
Oh, I got my own floor like in 2 different buildings. I did all the mechanical for the booster floors and then cruised through some doing air handlers. Like, I loved that job. It was a great job to work on.
You know, but the neat thing is you have to understand working in a medical facility is a completely different game. So if your team wants in, look into certification programs for medical construction. If your plumbers want in or you're thinking about getting in the plumbing, get them to get their med gas license. If you're the master, you need to get yours. I'm lucky because I've got masters for every endorsement I've got. But the med gas construction, those are short, affordable trainings, and they'll help you land the higher paying jobs.
Yeah, because like especially for plumbers, that's the easiest way to get the plumbing at a hospital is if you can do the med gas too. Then you have it all in your wheelhouse, and that's a good thing to kind of just expand some services and get you locked in and create that opening in that door. Because like that was one of the questions I feel like a lot of times I always heard from the plumbers in the union was, do I really need my med gas? Well, do you want to work on a hospital job or not? Like, I was a pipe fitter, so it was real easy for me to step into a hospital job and get to going. And they're like, "Oh, hey, you help out over here on the plumbing too, since the fitting's done." Yeah, sure. Let's do some plumbing. I'll run some storms, some drains. Sure, I can't touch the med gas,
But I can.
But that's it. The major plumbers on the job, guess what? They had their med gas certs. So they were working on med gas. They're like, dude, you're a fitter. Hey, you want to come do some plumbing? Sure, man. I got my card. Let's do it. No problem. Being able to plug yourself into a lot of those spaces is a great thing too. That's one thing I really do love about the medical space. And you're building the place that saves lives.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love.
And here's the cool thing about MedGas. There's certain things apprentices can do. There's certain things you can do.
I was able to do
as long as you've got that apprentice license, that apprentice registration. It's like, yeah, you can rack pipe. God, you can cut. You can do so many different things. Mm-hmm. You cannot bottom out a joint. You cannot braze.
Can't cut.
That's
Can't cut because you got to have the. I understand. I know. I remember helping you on the bariatric place right here, around the corner from us, which is actually kind of funny.
Well, I know.
With old B3, baby. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, guys, look, the opportunities out there. You just have to look at it. Tracy Mueller says, "Good morning. Just tagging a lot of my trade connections. Fresh Start Outdoors is a family landscaping company I represent." And Tracy, what I love about that is we talk about all kinds of trades.
All trades.
And you know what we hadn't done? We hadn't done a social media profile of the yard guys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. The ones that you get sucked into. Mm-hmm. Randy's like, "Oh my gosh, did you see this?" So Tracy, I love what y'all do. That's neat.
Transformations.
And Tracy, where y'all located at? And she also tagged Bruce Petroff.
Well, that's it. Like that, and that's big though. Is if you put some time into your landscaping, like me, the extra time I put in this weekend, it makes you want to be outside more. That's the thing I love about great landscapes is you want to be out there to enjoy it, and I definitely appreciate the work y'all put in.
I love it. One of my friends here is a backyard. He's a landscape company, and he told me one day, he said, "Roger, I don't walk into a yard unless it's $100,000 or more." He said, "But I'll build an oasis."
Yep. Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, he's like, "I'm just telling you." He said, I build a resort style backyard that people don't want to leave.
I was going to say, wouldn't it be nice to have a resort in your backyard?
Yeah.
Why are you going to leave home?
To go get more pellets and charcoal.
For a different view. That's the only thing I can think of, because I've seen some cool ones.
All right. Mindset growth. It's peak season and you can feel it on the job site. Yep. Guys get tired. Tensions are high and mistakes start happening.
It's summertime. They get hot.
They're hot, and they're thinking about what they're going to be doing this weekend.
They're hot and pissy, like just mad at anything.
You got a red ass salve anywhere?
There's some around. I guarantee it, and somebody's looking for it.
But burnout's real. It's not just about giving time off. One electrical contracting firm cut absenteeism by 25% just by adjusting their schedule to allow more breaks and rotating the heavy load days. Now, this is something that I actually did at Great Wolf Lodge. Whenever I took over this project, man, I didn't want to do a bunch of overtime, but they were pushing the hotel and they even added a whole nother wing because they're like, look, we didn't put enough rooms here. So they added a whole nother wing right in the middle of building the hotel, but I still had a schedule to keep up. And they were working 10-hour days, and they kept telling me, you need to go on 10-hour days. You need to go on 10-hour days. I said, okay, here's how I'm going to do it. I'll be here 10 hours a day every day. Part of the superintendent's shop. You do what you got to do.
And the foreman.
Yeah. But what I did is my crew, we did rotating 410s, meaning 1 week you work Monday through Thursday. The next week you work Tuesday through Friday. And I split the crew evenly. When I brought people in, I just tell them, you're on crew A, you're on crew B. They're like, what's that mean? It means you're going to get a 4-day weekend. They're like, wait a minute, what? Guys, I'm telling you, that was amazing. But the biggest game changer for this electrical contractor, clear, consistent leadership. When crews know what's expected and feel appreciated, they show up stronger. Guys, if you've had 4 days off, you come in Tuesday, you're good to go. You're relaxed, and it's none of this, hey, we're going to call you and ask you questions. That's why the foreman did the 410 or 510s.
Foreman worked, yep. So
but I only had 2 foremen, a mechanical room and a pool area. But the cool thing is, it's like, if one of them needed a day off, it's like, you know what? You take a 4-day weekend this weekend. The other foreman will check on the mechanical room, and then he'll take one next weekend. So about once a month, they still got a 4-day weekend, but they also love working the overtime when they got it.
I was going to say, I don't think I ever took a long weekend. I think I just took the overtime checks.
Yeah, I prefer
I
the
needed them
overtime
back then,
checks.
though. You
Yeah.
know, like, hey, my father of many had a lot of mouths to feed. I needed that OT.
Yeah, and hey, 10 hours a week looks kind of nice.
Well, that's it. It was great, though. Like, I loved it, even having my crew on it. Because I knew that Tuesday after that 4-day weekend, the half of my crew that was coming
Gonna
in
get
from that
some
4
stuff
days
done.
off, I was putting them on the hard crap that the guys that had been working didn't want to deal with. And it's like, look, yeah, guys, you're going to get stuck with the same stuff when you come back on Tuesday, okay? We're just going to keep that the thing. Oh, dude, I'm good with that because I come in, I'm so ready. You throw any of that at me,
You
I
bet.
can
I got
handle
it.
it and I feel good about it and we can keep moving forward. And it's like, man, that's what I'm talking about, crew. Let's keep moving.
And if you're running a crew, look for signs of burnout. Short tempers, you got people arguing between themselves, dragging feet, they're not moving very fast, careless errors, there's just silly, stupid mistakes being made. Step in before it spirals. Because once it spirals, it's going to get a little rough. So we're going to talk about sponsorships right now because I'm lucky. I started YouTube 7 years ago, and I get to be one of the sponsors of this. Go ahead. I see you laughing.
Overtime's in my DNA from
No,
Matt
oh,
over
boy,
there. I'm
that's
just
the
like,
truth.
of course it is. Hey, that's no lie.
It happens. But guys, look, 7.5 years ago, 7 years and like 3 or 4 months ago, I decided, look, I'm tired of marketing companies ripping me off. And they were doing it. And they did it on a regular basis. And I started looking at it and I thought, you know what? I'm going to have to learn social media. Because the marketing companies I talked to, they didn't even understand social media. So what I did is I decided I'm going to learn Facebook better than anybody else. Because at the time I'm 54 years old, that's what social media is. And I go to this social media conference and I'm walking down the corridor and I see a placard that says something like, get in front of your customers using video. And I thought, you know what? We could do that. We've made some videos. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. And I walk in, I sit down on the front row and I look up. This guy comes out and he says, YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. And I shut my notebook. I thought, this guy's stupid. He does not even know what he's talking about because YouTube is just where I store my videos. Now, I will tell you this. I've got a meeting with him at 1 o'clock this afternoon because he still coaches me. But I did. I shut my notebook and I stand up and I'm getting ready. I turn around. I'm raising up to walk out and I look at the back of the room and it's standing room only. So I turn back around. I look up in time to hear him say, and it's owned by Google, the largest search engine in the world. How many of y'all know that? Because if y'all already know that, you know more about social media than I did when I started. But I sat back down. I took 3 pages of notes in about 45 minutes. And it's been amazing. 1 month later, we started a YouTube channel. We already had a YouTube channel, but it was just where I stored videos. But we really started YouTube a month later, April 2018. So what are we? A year and 4 months in, or 7 years and 4 months in? Guys, YouTube isn't the problem. It's that voice inside your head telling you it won't work for you, because I'm telling you it will. If you want to learn more about it, go to justmattroger.com. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment to start. You don't need millions of followers. You don't need millions of views. But if you'll start and be continuous, be constant, be steady, you can get there. So if you're interested in it, go to justmattroger.com. Squirt, I know Matt's going to say something about it. Will you tell us a little bit about Leak Pro?
I can probably do that.
I figured you could.
I may know a little bit about it. We would love to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. They let us come in here and talk trades for an hour each and every Monday through Friday, and we love that. Leak Pro builds the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. When I say we, I mean me. I do it all now. I build the probe. It's a T-handle style. It's a solid block of aluminum up top. It's got a stainless steel rod, which is real durable, and that's what we prefer for that meter to the home service. Probing in and out of the ground to listen to anything underground, whether it's the water line, irrigation lines. the line out feeding the pool, whatever it is. We love that probe. But also I build the Sidekick. Sidekick's one of my favorites. It's a pistol grip style, but it's got an aluminum rod. And that aluminum rod is a less dense metal, which enhances the sound even more than the stainless does. This is what I love when you're listening through concrete, whether it's the slab on the home, a driveway outside, sidewalks, whatever, patios, paved stones. You can listen through it. Go through, listen with that. It eliminates that layer of concrete so that you can hear what's going on underneath to be able to pinpoint, locate the
And
leaks.
I love using that one in the yard. So if you've got a landscape or irrigation company or something like that with sprinkler systems leaking, that's the one you go through and listen to the solenoid valves with. It's amazing.
And then if you don't know how to do the service, oh, by the way, if you want to check out the complete kit, our website is leak.pro.
That is so easy.
Quit throwing me off in here, man. Leak.pro, like it is. It's so simple. If you don't know how to do leak detection, though, give us a call. I offer a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas. I've got a place that we built out here. It's a slab. I've got 11 leaks under it. We'll go through line locating first. It's all copper lines that I've got out here so that you know where the lines are. Then we'll go through and learn how to pinpoint, locate leaks under that slab. But don't worry, I also have one leak outside of the slab so that you can get yourself familiar with what that sounds like also. But then I've got a couple sewer systems set up, one cast iron and one PVC, where we actually teach you how to go through to that double clean out outside of a home and determine exactly where a sewer system's leaking, all from that double clean out. So if this interests you at all, you're a plumbing company or a plumber and y'all keep third-party leak detection, bring it in-house. Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I would love to discuss the equipment or the training with you and how this can benefit you.
And you know, the coolest thing about the training is, guys, you walk out so freaking confident because you have found the leaks. We pull the tape out. You go through, you find the leaks, you put your chip down and say, this is where I think the leak is. And we come out with a tape measure and say, well, you missed it by a ½ inch. We've had our first person get nailed it dead nuts on a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Had one last week, 1.5 inches off.
1.5 inches.
Guys, if you're 1.5 inches off and 133,000 square inches, you're doing okay. That's how you do it. All right. Tracy says, we are in St. Louis, Missouri. Fantastic. And Tracy, your comments don't come up over on YouTube. I pull them up over here, so I know that you can see them on the screen here, but they don't come up on YouTube in the YouTube chat.
She's on LinkedIn.
I know. I was going to say, so if you'd like that and you can tag your people over there, jump over to YouTube, find the Trade Talks Live, and we are there. Matt McDonough says, guys don't like heat and stupid. Yeah, I get it. Tracy says, I like this. We offer beauty, balance, and order to your outdoor spaces. I like that split shift.
Yep.
It works. Matt says overtime is in my DNA. Yep, I get it. Mr. Zach Strickland says, feelings on residential remodels and trying to accomplish a 40% gross margin. Residential service and repair accomplish this all day, but it's hard to compete and justify with remodels. It's hard to get, and to be honest, most residential service companies don't hit 40%. They're trying to hit 20, to be 100% honest with you. And if they can hit 20, that's phenomenal. It's not easy to do. And Matt says, go Leak Pro.
Yeah, baby.
Leak Pro's actually going well right now.
It is.
Staying busy, training a lot of people.
Super busy.
We've probably trained more people this year than any year we've ever done it.
Yes. Yeah.
So far.
Yeah. Yep.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah. It's been good.
All right. We're going to shift over into all trades. And I like this because, like I said, Tracy, we talk about all trades companies. Most of them are residential trades, but, we talk all trades. And this is good because let's talk teamwork. The best run job sites these days are the ones where plumbers.
Sparky's too. Yes.
What?
Yeah. Sparkies,
Oh my God.
HVAC
You're going to make me
techs.
say it out loud.
No, I'm going to read it for you. I
Okay.
got you.
Okay.
Sparkies, HVAC techs, and roofers don't just coexist. They actually collaborate.
That means
And-
we got to talk to the Sparkies.
We do. Now, I know it sucks, but
We got to
For
clean it up
my-
after them. Why do we have to talk
for
to 'em?
my world, I need them to power my equipment.
That's true.
You want them to power that drinking fountain?
I'm not really worried about it.
I need to talk to them just a little. Just a little, not too much. Because they actually have to work in my mechanical room, so I've got to allow a little space for them.
Okay, I'm going to give you that because of the mechanical.
I know. And like I think that's why I actually kind of care about you Sparkies out there. Because I've worked side by side with them a few times.
Okay, not arguing.
But there was a job in Atlanta that saw a 30% cut in project delays just by having weekly cross-trade coordination meetings. And guys, I love saying it. Plan your work and work your plan. That is what this plays into. And it's not just your world, it's the whole job. So everybody that's in that world too. No more, that's not my job. Tired of hearing that excuse, because guess what? The job side is all of our jobs, okay? Like, just period. We're all trying to get that job in.
Yep.
Everybody had visibility on the timeline, the scope, and the sequencing. They knew who was going when, where. That's the key to a smooth job. Would you like to try this? Use a digital board to track all this. You can use pull plans. You can use
All
dry
kinds of
board.
stuff.
You can use everything. Make it accessible for everybody, though, where they can all have access to it when they need to see it. But also make some cross-trade check-ins part of that workflow.
Yep. If you're that superintendent, you got to be in here every Thursday to update it because we look at it on Friday.
That's it. Like you were QA/QCing on
bet.
Parkland. They had to have QA/QC sign off before they could close any walls.
Or cover the ground.
When they would run ahead, they'd have to tear it back out.
Yep.
Because it has to be verified and signed off before that next sequence happens. And if you don't check all the boxes, we back up the sequence. But if you communicate better, you build better. And it leads to a smoother job site. Plan that work and work that plan, guys. That's the key to a smooth job.
And, a lot of people, they don't understand that. And I don't mean it bad. They're just like, look, I'm here to do my job. Just let me do my job. Okay. Sometimes your job is a little bit more than just what you think your job is. Now, I understand why electricians don't operate a broom. They're missing a bone in their thumb right here on both hands. A broom doesn't work in an electrician's hand.
Is it the plumbing bone?
It probably is. It's a smart bone. It's a smart bone. They don't have a smart bone. I like that. They don't have a smart bone. Okay, we're going to roll over into laws and licenses. And here's one you don't want to miss because a contractor in Florida was fined $250,000 for ignoring the hurricane-resistant code updates. Guys, that ain't a fine that you want. That's $250,000.
You talk about a business killer.
Yeah. I mean, we've worked for a multi-million-dollar annual revenue business. You just throw $250,000 away, that people notice that.
They talk about that for years.
Oh yeah.
They made a mistake at the company I was at. It was like $400,000 on this valve. They didn't carry the right one or whatever. And like, it was devastating. We talked about it for years so that nobody ever made that actual mistake again. Stay on top of this, keep it, make sure you are getting everything estimated right and bid right.
And if it's the same job I'm thinking of, that same guy who was the estimator on that used to teach estimating down at the hall.
Interesting.
I'm just saying. But if you think that's a fluke, it's not. Code enforcement is getting stricter and insurance companies are backing the pressure.
Yep.
If you're not investing in code education, you're putting your business at risk. And some trade schools and unions are now offering monthly code update seminars. Plug your crew into those. Okay? You can't walk into court and say, hey, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Well, it was released. Were you trying to look it up?
Yeah.
Puh.
After 250 grand, you know it's a thing now. You won't forget it in the future. I promise.
Yeah. That's it, guys. Keep current with the updates that are changing in your world. Okay. Plumbers got continuing education. I love that. And I know that they're starting to roll it out for more trades. It's things like this, though, that's the reason that we need it in all the trades, because you don't want to miss these updates and these changes that happen that could lead to a $250,000 fine because you overlooked something. Pound it in, because you've got to know it and you've got to actually implement it into what we are doing now so that you are covering your butt, because we all know that's part of construction too, is CYA, baby, because we have to make sure everything's handled proper, it's documented the right way, things like that, so that we've got proof.
And I look at it like this too. It's not just to keep you out of trouble. Guys, this thing out there called OSHA is to help make sure everybody makes it home each and every day, just like they came into work that morning.
So,
All their fingers, all their toes, all their eyeballs. That's kind of a big deal. Think about this. I was watching a bad movie the other day, and there's a mafioso type guy, and he got one of his guys did him wrong. So I asked him, "Do you want me to take an eyeball, a lip, or a hand? Which one do you want to lose?" I don't want to lose any of them.
it's tough, yeah.
And I'm thinking I'll keep up with OSHA.
I was gonna say, if there was one that I had to pick, it would be one eyeball, because I can still see out of the other one,
Right.
right? Like
Right.
that's
I get
gonna be
it.
the best. Like
I get it.
I can't give up a hand.
I get it.
Yep.
I know.
Whew.
I know. Tough decision.
Tough decision.
OSHA's about the same way for 250 grand or an eyeball, a lip, or a hand.
Hey.
Which do you want to give up?
Now, next time they get caught, is it 10x?
Oh, it probably is 2.5. And that one may have been 10x of 25.
Yeah, that'll close doors quick. Quick, even for large, big.
But you know what? If you're not doing what OSHA's telling you to do, guys, it's safety.
That's it, and that's what it's about. It's, if you can't protect your people, you should not be in business.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of this is out there, guys. That's why you want to stay on top of the changes that are coming. Building codes, safety codes, all of the above. Make sure you are staying current and keeping up with the new things coming out.
All right. Business training. Now, this is one that a lot of people jump in here for, because this is where the good stuff is. You think hiring is hard?
Keeping people, that's harder.
It is.
A lot harder.
And if you're onboarding new employees without a real process, you're losing time and money. I remember talking to one of my mentors, a plumber up in Chicago, and he said it cost me $100,000 to hire a new plumber, because they bought a new van, they completely restocked it, and I say restocked it, they completely built it out,
Yep.
stocked it, all the power tools, the cameras, the sewer machines, the press machines, all the fittings, everything you need. And literally, when whenever they'd go to hire a plumber, there's some cool ways to do some stuff. And I know a guy over in Fort Worth that did this. He called a plumbing company. He says, "Look, I need your best plumber to come out. I've had 3 other plumbers come out. They can't figure out what the problem is. There's a noise being made, and I've got a fluctuation in water pressure that's kind of crazy. I need your best plumber." And there'd be a brand new one of his, because he was a plumbing company owner. There'd be a brand new van parked out front, stocked, ready to go. And of course, most plumbers pull up in not a brand new van. And they'd pull up to the house and see the other van. They go up and knock on the door and say, "Hey, come on in." He says, "Well, I noticed you've got somebody else here." He says, "No, I don't have anybody else here." He says, "Have a seat." So I'd like to talk to you. He said, "Well, yeah, but I got to fix this problem." So there's no problem. Fill out the invoice. I'll pay it. But I want you here for about an hour. Why are you the best person at your plumbing company? Why did they send you out? And you start having a conversation. You're like, "Well, I'm the best because I know what I'm doing, because I get things done." Okay. Do they treat you right? Do they pay you enough? Are you happy? Because you see that new van out there, that's my plumbing company. And I'd like to have you in it. Man, what a way to hire. I'm telling you though. Hey, I saw that rat trap hoopty you pulled up in. How would you like a new van? Air conditioning. It's amazing.
That's a good way to steal some people. I mean,
Borrow.
get some new people.
It's a new way to upgrade your current staff.
That's it. There was a plumbing contractor, though, that revamped their onboarding. Okay, they added some mentors.
Which is greatness.
They created a 90-day path. Boom, here's the plan. Here's what you're going to learn. Here's what you're going to do. This dropped their turnover by 40%. And that's huge. Okay, I used to have guys asking me all the time, man, what's it like the first day coming in and working? Well, just plan on sitting in the room and doing safety for 8 hours because that's what you're going to do. You're going to go in there and you are going to learn this company's way of safety. It's different than most other companies you've worked for because they do not jack around about safety. It was the most important thing at that company. I don't care what it was. If you turned anything into a safety issue,
Yeah.
boom, it was at the top. Oh, we're going to ask the top boss about that one so that we can get this solved and fixed now so that we can move forward. Love that. That's what really made me love working at that company because I knew they wanted me to go home the same way I showed up.
And it's neat because a lot of companies have online modules where you can get in if you need to know about a tool, you need to know about a system or process. Online training is great. Hands-on stations where you get people in, you're like, hey, show me how to do this. And then one of my favorites is check-ins every Friday. That's the kind of experience that makes someone stick around instead of bouncing after a couple of weeks. Guys, you've got to build a culture that people want to be a part of. You've got to build a culture where, hey guys, we do things right. We're heroes. We're heroes in capes or we're heroes in skirts, whichever way it is, it don't matter. We're heroes and we do the job right. At the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
That's it. And, train your people. People love to get taught how to do things. That's one of the reasons I do what I do now. I still get to build things, but I still get to teach people a skill. That's what I want to pass on. And that's part of the trades is passing your skills on to that next person down the line so that we can all keep putting in these jobs together.
And we're lucky because we keep learning.
Big time.
All right. Tracy Mueller says, will do. Matt McDonough says, teamwork is amazing for job completion. It's massive. They took my job. Yeah. You deserved it. A code book should be part of your tool collection.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I get it, brother. Matt Trevino, how we doing, brother? Matthew says, I left a company because I was sent on a tunnel job alone, and it partially collapsed when I was in it. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good reason to drag up.
Yep.
I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vehicle squirt.
Man, okay, so fleet downtime kills productivity and your profits. Okay. A lot of that's avoidable, though.
Oh, almost all of it.
Pretty much. Daily vehicle checks. Okay. Do a quick walk around. I used to have to do this with every piece of equipment I got on a job.
Every day.
Do your 360. You got to do a walk around. And then a part of our company vehicle, when you go out to your vehicle and you've been on a job, walk around it. You don't know what somebody's put behind your tires. You don't know what's done that. But also look, is it leaking any oil? Do I see anything extra that wasn't here before? Consistent oil changes. I can't stand people that don't keep up with oil changes. It's just carelessness in my eyes. But there's a lot, we're too busy. And I get that. That happens to me at times where I'm go, and it's like, oh, wait, I'm actually a couple hundred over on that. Let me stop what I'm doing and go get by there and get it done. That's what I get to do. Have something that pings. Get a software that reminds your drivers, hey, we noticed, that I think with my fleet card, it tracks the mileage based on, I've got to enter that every time I go to fill up. Guess what? That can be used to track upkeep. Tire monitoring. Are they actually checking the tire pressures? Because that can matter. I understand these are very basics, but they all work. There was a HVAC shop that saved $15,000 last year just by tracking their maintenance with some software. Tons of apps out there that you can actually track this with now. But when your truck stays on the road, your techs stay on the clock, your business still makes money. That's why this is so important, to upkeep that fleet that you have. Do regular maintenance, just like your tools. You've got to take care of them and maintain them so that you can use them. Same thing with that vehicle, because downtime sucks for whoever's in there actually trying to do the work and the customer that's waiting on them to get there. So learn to take care of your fleet. Use some of these softwares and send out reminders to your team.
And the bad thing is, you're the technician that's going to lose the hours when your vehicle goes down.
That's it.
If you're not taking care of it, there's a problem. You go ahead and pull this up. Guys, taking care of a vehicle, number one, it takes care of the company, it takes care of the owner, but it takes care of you. It keeps your income coming in. And if you're not doing that, there's a problem. Matt says, I'm a hero and a Scottish Celt. Yeah, I'm worried about you, brother. Social media. Today's spotlight goes to everyday home repairs. If you're in electrical, or you just like seeing smart, simple repairs done right, this account is golden. One of their videos on avoiding electrical DIY disasters passed 1 million views, and it's not just flash. The guy breaks things down, clean, clear, and safe. He's got good content for pros and DIYers alike. So jump over there and check him out. So, Squirt, why did you pull up
Pick
everyday
Scott?
home repairs? Let's
Well,
share
you
the
know,
screen first.
He's been on our podcast before. But whenever I went, so this morning, instead of searching electrical or electrical basics or any of that stuff, I said, how to add an outlet in my home. And I hit search and looked at the first few things that came up, and Scott popped up. Now, he's not an electrician here. Hey there, I'm Scott. I'm not a professional carpenter, electrician, or plumber, just a hands-on guy who loves to learn and tackle home improvement projects. So it's a DIYer. Great guy. Does some really good videos here. Oh, sorry. He started back in 2017. Sounds familiar. 258 million views.
Crushing it.
Over 250 million. Pretty freaking awesome.
And 1.16 million subscribers. That's awesome.
That's it. Over 1 million. Cruising along. Does some really good stuff. I kind of watch some of his stuff occasionally because he does some really cool things. Like, we've got a lot of property out here. He does some outdoor burn pits, things like that. I've watched some really cool stuff. But he goes through and tears into everything. Electrical, some plumbing stuff going on, building sheds, things like that. I like a lot of his outdoor stuff is what I end up falling into. I feel like whenever I disappear down the rabbit hole over here.
We've been there before.
That's it. He talks about tools, different types, different techniques, different tricks, what's good, what's bad. If I'm not mistaken, should be one here somewhere for some shark bite stuff.
Shame on him. Shame on him.
Shame DIYers. But I think it's really cool, and it's just something different. And anybody can go in and teach different things. I've gone through, watched some videos, learned how to add an outlet off of the light switch like you did in your bathroom adding a bidet. I could put that video out if I wanted to. Now, I'm not an electrician. I'm just a DIYer when it comes to that portion and parts. Some of the oldest videos here. How to fix this loose bathroom hardware. I have one that just keeps coming unhooked. It's so hilarious at home. But start out simple, guys. And that's one of the things that I love about socials is this was 7 years ago. Basic DIY. Hey, you've got this problem. Here's how you can fix it. He's going to give tips, and techniques. And guess what? The next DIYer is going to do it a little different. So go out there and kind of learn some different things from different people. So one of my favorite things about the trades is we don't all do it the same. For sure.
Ever.
Look here. Let's add an outlet to a finished wall. Man, I wonder why
Seems
he
like
came
I've
up.
done that before.
11 million views. Just done 3 years ago. Crushing it. So, love to see some of these things. But goes through and he's doing basic things. Pool noodle filling concrete gaps. To actually give you something to press up against whenever you actually seal it.
Mm-hmm.
To actually seal it. Just small tricks. Different things that you don't normally see. But he does. He hits a lot of electrical stuff, and that's kind of why I pulled him up here on this wonderful Monday. Because we typically talk Sparkies. Even
Pretty
though
neat stuff.
he's not the official Sparky. He's a DIY guy that does a lot of different things. So a good channel to check out for sure.
I love that. Cool deal. Neat stuff in there today. Guys, here's the deal. We get to do this because of what we do on social media. And luckily, I started social media 7 years ago, just over. And it's grown to be what it is. But we do this every day so we can get in here and talk to y'all about the trades and what we've learned along the way and how it's helped us grow, scale, sell businesses, and do a lot of different things. But a lot of people out there think, well, social media won't work for me. YouTube won't work for me. That's a voice you need to get rid of in your head because YouTube is not the problem. It's just that voice. We get found, he gets found for all these videos because people are searching for this information. You could be the guy there that people are searching for, the guy or the girl. So you can do it if you want to. And if you want to, if you think you might want to try it, go to justmattroger.com. I made a free webinar teaching you about YouTube and getting rid of some of those myths. So if you want to learn more about it, go to justmattroger.com.
Everybody, we would love to thank Leak Pro for sponsoring today's episode of the Trade Talks. Leak Pro manufactures the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers. I always suggest checking out the complete kit. It's a business in a box, comes with both pieces of equipment that we build, the probe and the sidekick. Check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. That'll get you there. If you're not familiar with how to do leak detection, though, give me a call. Let's discuss a 2-day in-person training here just outside of Dallas, Texas that I do, where we've got a training center here. I've got 11 leaks under a slab. We'll go through line locating, pinpoint locating leaks under a slab, outside of a slab, even how to determine where a sewer system's leaking, all from just that double clean out outside of the house. Give me a call at 1-8888-LEAK-PRO. I'd love to discuss the equipment or the training because I want to add this into your business so that you're not losing out to the leak detection guys. I'm here to help the plumber, so give me a call for sure.
And I love that because there's nothing worse than buying new equipment, a new tool, and not knowing how to use it. And I mean, look, as plumbers, we do that all the time. We'll buy a tool, we'll use it once, and we'll be like, well, it didn't work exactly the way I thought it was going to, so I'm just not going to use it. Well, did you get online? Did you figure out how to use it? Did you go through training? One of the things, instead of telling an apprentice, hey, grab that and cut this, I'd ask them, have you ever used this saw before? Okay. Let me take just a minute to show you. Now, I went to Florida and got trained on leak detection. I went to Calabasas, California and got trained on leak detection. And all these guys are really teaching, and then even went to Morongo Valley for training on leak detection. And all these guys are really teaching pulls, except Terry. Terry was teaching plumbing. So whenever we looked at acquiring Leak Pro, we looked at acquiring Morongo Valley, and he's like, look, that's in my family. I can't let that go. It's like, okay. But the cool thing about it is we built the Leak Pro slab here. And guys, we've got 11 leaks under the slab. What, 1,800 square feet, something like that? 30 by 60.
Yeah, it's like 15 by 60. Or,
No, it's like
15
20,
by 60.
It's not 15.
Oh, it's 25.
25 or 30 by
25.
60, yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, it's quite a bit of square footage out there. And we teach you how to locate the lines, how to find the leaks. And that's what it's all about. So don't just buy the equipment. Learn how to use it the right way. Guys, Thank you so much for being here. Happy Monday to you. Remember, stay safe today. Mondays and Fridays are when most accidents happen. No matter what you did this weekend or what you've got coming up next weekend, keep focused on today. Keep focused on you and your team. And whatever you do out there today, do it safe and have fun.
Everybody, it's Monday. If you've got a case of the Mondays, man, luckily we're at lunchtime, so it's almost over. Tuesday's right around the corner. Hope to see you back here tomorrow. Get out there, hit it effing hard, because you know we will. Bye, guys.
See y'all.